Cup of coffee and a few cigarettes. I convinced myself that this is what I need to start off my day.
For Leo Tomilchik, his life in Brooklyn is nothing like what his parents suggested for him. A former soldier in the Soviet Army who served on the Iron Curtain side of Berlin in the 1980s, the computer programmer studied physics, like his parents, in Belarus before immigrating to New York in 1993. Recently, Leo found a new groove playing the bass guitar.
Well, I'm a family man. I'm a father to 4 beautiful kids. I am a computer programmer. This is what I love to do. And outside of that, I am a self-taught amateur musician. As you can probably tell, I'm surrounded by all sorts of musical stuff. This basically is where half of my life is spent nowadays. This is where I work. This is where I practice. My New York story started with me coming here in 1993. Parents of my mom. Her dad, my grandfather. Her mom, my grandmother. That's my mom. I was born and raised in Soviet Union. As a kid, I cannot say that I had anything specific in mind for what is it that I want to do with myself when I grow up. When I brought this idea back to my parents, their reaction was, have you thought about going into physics like your mom and dad? I ended up going for a master's in physics. After graduating, I probably spent 2 years tops doing physics. We had to build some custom software for ourselves in physics labs that we worked at. So little by little, I started doing more of that and realized that that does feel like my thing. That sucks me in a good way. When I moved here, I had no doubt what I wanted to pursue here in the US. To me, there's nothing worse than spending 5 days a week of your life doing something that you'd rather not. I got serious about playing music, which I loved throughout my life, only about 3-4 years ago. I started getting in with better and better musicians. That led to different opportunities. This year, I played a total of about 50 gigs. That's a lot. It's almost like a gig every week, considering I'm not a pro. In New York, typically, you walk into the room and you end up being, the smallest fish in the pond, the worst guy in the room. And it is a good thing to use for somebody, for an amateur musician like myself. It is a good learning experience, but at the same time, it's very humbling. I write it off completely onto having lived in New York and being part of this big mishmash. People of very different cultures, backgrounds, walks of life manage to live side by side. You're not like the rest of us, because the rest of us are exactly not like the rest of us. That's New York.